Hi, this is Oliver Sargent from the British Vietnamese International School, Ho Chi Minh City, and this is just my 5 top tips on setting up live lessons or online meetings on Microsoft Teams. Now, a lot of us are involved in the virtual learning experience with North Anglia at the moment, and so this should just help with those lessons that you're doing online with children or when you're meeting other team members on Microsoft Teams. So we've been using it for 10 weeks now and learned a lot over time. And I just thought I'd share that experience with you. So tip number 1, setting up your live lesson or your live meeting. Now, a lot of you that use Outlook will have noticed that in Outlook, you can actually create a Teams meeting directly from Outlook calendar. Although this is good, and it will allow you to create that Microsoft Teams meeting, and that link is actually not the best way to do it because it doesn't actually place this meeting anywhere apart from a chat. So what you really want to do is you actually want to create that meeting within the Microsoft Teams calendar. And what that do, it puts it in the right place for everybody to easily find. And it also means that if you end up recording your live lesson or your meeting, it will save it in the right place for you. So quite a crucial thing in keeping organized and then ensuring people go to the right place to join the meeting. So let's come out of Outlook and let's go into Teams.
Okay, so now we're back in Teams, and so you go to your calendar in the left-hand bar, just here, and then you can see your calendar for the week. So this syncs directly with your Outlook calendar. So everything that's in your Outlook calendar will be here, and everything that's here will be in your Outlook calendar. So if I want to create a live lesson or live meeting, go, for example, 1 p.m. today or Monday, enter 1 p.m. I'm just going to call this demo live lesson. Now, the most important thing to remember is to add this to a channel. So as I talked about before, this will add the meeting or the lesson directly into the channel you want. So like me, you could be a member of lots of different teams. So I just want to place this into my test team. This is where I test certain things out. And I can put it into the general channel in my test team. Now, because I've done this, when I click send, this will invite everybody who's part of this team this invite, and it will place it, if they accept it, it'll place it into their calendar. So you don't have to actually add any required attendees. If you want to invite someone outside the team to this meeting, then you can add attendees. So I could add, for example, Simon to this meeting. Because he's not part of this test class, I can then add him and invite him additionally as well. Or I could invite a guest, someone outside the organization in that way. So then once that's created, you just click send, and everybody part of that team will get that invite and be added to their calendar so they can then join that meeting. So you've set up your live meeting, and here it is in your calendar, so 1 p.m. and I've placed it correctly into my test class team in the general channel. So just to show you how that syncs to Outlook, I quickly go to my Outlook calendar, and you can see that it is also in my Outlook calendar, and I'll be in my online calendar as well. So this allows teachers or staff to access. They can either go to the demo live lesson and join from here, or they can go into the actual team, and there it is. There's my demo live meeting there, and they can just join, open up directly from there and click join. Or they can even go, if they're happy with prefer Outlook, they can go to the Outlook calendar, and then they can join from this meeting in Outlook, and they just can click join Teams meeting. So 3 different ways for them to access, but all those links will take them directly to that team you want them to be in, and to the channel where you want them to meet. So it causes a lot less confusion and puts everybody in the right place for the right meeting. So top tip number 2 is all about selecting the right meeting options so that you keep control of your live lesson or your online meeting. So let me go back to my demo live lesson. And you'll see at the top there's a meeting options button here. So I need to select meeting options, and it'll open up a new window. The most important one is this one, who can present. Now Microsoft defaults to everybody can present. And the problem this has for lessons or meetings is it puts everybody as a presenter, which means they have full rights to mute other people, they can remove other people, they can flip screens if you're presenting. And obviously, if this is a live lesson with children, you don't want to be able to give them that access because it gives them that opportunity to mess around and inappropriately do things. For example, they can mute the teacher, they can remove other children in the class, and obviously that could cause a lot of disruption in your live lesson or even in your meeting. So essentially, you need to change this to only me, and this puts you back in control of your live lesson or of your online meeting. I'm going to click save. And then when I go back to my Microsoft Teams, this means that I am in full control of this meeting. And when I select join, that means I will be the only presenter and everybody else, including children or adults, will be attendees. And that really...
So you've turned up to that meeting and you selected join, but the other person isn't there, or the other people aren't there. So what you can quickly do, you can quickly invite them. So I'm just going to invite my person, and then what this will do, I typed in their name, and it will quickly call them and remind them about the meeting. That's just a really quick way to call them, and then on their Microsoft Teams will be ringing and calling them, and then they can join. So here's my meeting, and Hannah's joined my meeting, and then you can see that because of my options earlier, I'm then the presenter and Hannah is an attendee. And Hannah has limited options, so she can't mute me, she can't remove me, she can't remove other people. However, if Hannah was a co-teacher, or I wanted Hannah to be a presenter in a meeting, I can then up her level and make her a presenter. And then she can see she moves into the presenter box. And if I don't want her to be a presenter anymore, I can make her an attendee again by changing that. So that's the key thing, especially with children or students. You want them set as an attendees, and then it stops their options and allows you to keep full control of your live lesson or your meeting. Okay, tip number 4 is about inviting guests and people outside of Nord Anglia to join meetings. So you set up your meeting, and this time you invited somebody from inside my organisation, inside one of my schools, and then somebody outside your organisation. So this is my personal email. So this could be a parent, could be somebody who works for a different organisation, but you want them to join the meeting, and you invited them. So in meeting options, go back to meeting options as we did before, there's something called a lobby. And who can bypass a lobby? And this is defaulted to, so that only people in your organisation can come directly into a meeting. Other people have to wait in the lobby, and that's like a waiting room essentially. So let's go back to Microsoft Teams. So I've got it set up, and then when I go to join meeting, I should see now a different option. So when I go to join now, it should be giving me an option about someone's waiting in the lobby. So yeah, Ollie is waiting in the lobby. Then I can see my view lobby, and then I can accept whether I want them to join the meeting. And that, again, okay, tip number 5. This is just some very useful in-call features. So the first one is, if there's lots of background noise, you can just quickly mute all, and this especially really useful in a lesson if children keep on muting themselves. Quickly mute everybody, and it's just a really handy feature again about keeping you control in a lesson. Children and guests are still able to unmute themselves if you want them to speak. Again, that's quite useful. The other few features are these little 3 dots here, and here you can blur your background. Lots of different things you can do. One of the best ones is start recording, and what this will do, after the meeting, you can find this recording on the meeting chat or in Microsoft Stream. So if you set this up in your team correctly, it will save directly to your team, and it will also save in Microsoft Stream for you. So I'm now recording, and then anyone that missed the meeting or missed the lesson can then come and see the lesson again. Really useful feature. Okay, I hope those top tips have been useful for you, and it will improve your live meetings or live lessons or online meetings. Thanks.